Welcome to TYP Art Live Chat. Today we have a special guest who is My Dao. I met Me via the friends on Instagram, and we're very lucky to work on an art project together. So it was a very interesting experience. Since I met you, I was very impressed with your energy, but especially with your spirit of adventure as an art entrepreneur. So today, Me runs TIA Talent, the artist agents that you can find on her Instagram account and also from her website. So Me, would you like to say hello to everyone and introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you for introducing me, Tian. Hello, everyone. My name is Me, as Tian has introduced. You can also call me Camellia. Dao is another name that I am using. So yeah, I don't know if you have talked, but I have been in France for the last 5 years, and but with Tia, I have started this adventure like for almost 2 years. And also, beside this project with Tia Talent that I'm working with artists, I'm also working with another like personal project with the perfume. But here I want to talk more about to share with you guys about the artist and my artist project.
Yeah, great. So I know that you're also a writer and you're an expert in perfume. Actually, Me also published a book about the French perfume world, which is very interesting. But what most strikes me is that you love art, you're passionate for art, and we all know it's very difficult to to get into this sector. So I'm very impressed, for you a Vietnamese in France and how to create and set up your artist agent and expand your art network. But before speaking more about that, I'm actually pretty curious because you grew up in Vietnam. And I have to say, I know little about the country, but I wonder, how was you exposed to art? And do you still remember your first encounter to art? I just try to understand where comes from this passion and love for art.
Yeah, it's very an interesting question, and I often ask myself about why I has come to art a lot of times. Actually, when I look at that, I remember my first experience was when I was very young, around like 8 or 10 years old. I recollect about art. I actually don't come a family who is an artist. And but I have one of my relatives. He's an artist, but he's not very famous, and people around don't consider artists as a job. So for me, when talking about art, I don't know very well, and people don't talk too much. But me, when I visit his family and his artist art studio, I start like recollect that it's a very beautiful world, and that's how I came to the art world when I was young. But after that, as a student, you don't study more about art. I focus more on study in economic and business stuff. So I don't work or study any art.
Wow, that's very impressive. I think you're lucky that, you have someone who is an artist in your close environment when you was little, so you get exposed to that. Actually, you did have like a first-hand experience to see how an artist create and live. I guess that give you the inspiration, even if your study is not in academic arts like me. So I also studied business, and I think that's also where we got this connection. Like, whoa, we share the pretty similar background, and we want to pursue, in art to share about our love, our passion, and make the others, people appreciate art. And that's why I wanted to run this live chat, because I do believe, as you, art is for everyone, and we can all, have a great experience in art. And I know that you currently have a very interesting portfolio of artists, French, Asian, Japanese, I believe. So is there any interesting art story that you would like to share with us, or your most memorable art experience that you share with us, with the audience?
This is very typical question, and I would say that it's hard to choose because I have many good experience with the art. But let me think about like, you know, the initial experience, often most memorable. So I remember 7 years ago.
Yeah.
When I visit an exhibition in Hanoi, actually, I was invited to a collective exhibition, and at that time I had met a lot of people who are also art lover. We were walking around, seeing all of the artwork, and we talk about the artists. And for me at that time, I didn't have any you know, background about art. I don't know anyone who is artist except my relative or family. But then when I see paintings, which is from the artist who is very strange. He has drawn paintings with some people, but you know, it's not a normal people. He tried to use as a figurative paintings.
Yeah.
And I stopped in front of that painting for a very long time. And I just like I don't talk to anyone. I just stand there and I question myself. Why did he draw something like a bit weird,
like this?
Like that? What is the meaning behind these paintings? So you know that how I start questioning about the world, about the artist, and about artwork. It's special. It's not a painting which is just a flower or something beautiful. So for me, there's something deeper with art that I want to discover, and I'm curious. So that's the first thing that's why I think about art. And also during that time, I have a lot of people who talk to me, and they was asking me that am I an artist? And I said no. Why did you say that I'm an artist? And they said maybe the way you speak, or the way you're talking about us, or the way I ask question. So that also made me question why did they say that I'm like an artist. So you see, I feel connection. Probably I feel a connection with the artwork. So that's why I remember it very well.
Wow,
so,
that's very interesting. Wow, I guess a lot of us have similar experience. You know, there are beautiful paintings like Monet's Water Lilies. Everyone loved that. But there are also contemporary artists or illustrators. And when you see that, sometimes you have some inner really connection to the artist. And I think, as you said, the artists, they are people full of creativity. So they're not just copying what they see in the world. Sometimes it's express their inner world. Like, you know, we read about the writers, the novels, and it's just a different visual way to explore their inner world. And as human, we all have similar feelings. And I think that's really interesting. What you said is sometimes we do feel like, you know, we need to understand art history, need to know all those art movements to enjoy art, but that's not true, because I think art is just like a personal conversation that you have with an artist about the personal connection. So you don't have to know the big names and to judge, okay, it's a good painting, the way how it was done. Sometimes it's just you like it or not. Maybe it make you happy or sad or strikes you, you know, in different senses. And I think that's for me the interesting meaning about art. And it's very interesting also to hear your experience. I think you do have this creative side that make connections to the artist and to the normal people, if I dare to call it.
For me, just like I really admired their talent, their work, and I know that artwork is something that I cannot create by myself, and that's how when I see all the artists and their work, I just like, oh wow, I really want to share with a lot of people. I really to show their work to people who also like me, who are interested in artists, and knowing more about the aesthetic life. you know.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Because actually, it's for me for a long time, artist is a very mysterious title or profession. But then little by little, now I do understand artist. It's a job. So their
Mm-hmm.
job is actually create because they have so many things to see. But it's also a way for them to contribute to our daily life, to our society. Their work, worth respect, and it's great to see you get into there and promote their work for more people, to be able to share.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have another question actually, because we're both Asian. We're coming from Asia and went to live in France,
Yeah.
which is a very different culture, world, a lot of things to discover. I just wondering, the fact that you love art and you have all these artists in contest, how does that change your life in France? Does it facilitate your life in France and help you, be more sensible to some cultural differences?
Yeah, so as you know now, I'm an artist agent. So
Yeah.
it's a part of my professional life. For me, art is I'm working with it every day, and I watch. Even on Instagram, you can see a lot of artwork. So it's a part
Yeah.
of our life now, in my life too. And for me, I really appreciate art. Firstly, is help me to understand myself and understand about the world. Because when you see paintings or a sculpture or something, an artwork, you often question about the beauty, the life beauty, and also about the society, like the standard of the society or a
Yeah.
special subject. So for me, art give me a moment to enjoy life and
Mm.
to think about everything around me. So that's the most important things. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I do see what you mean. I think
Mhm.
especially in the past 3 years during the pandemic, I
Mhm.
did see on Instagram, and there are great artists like David Hockney.
Mhm.
They created artworks around the lockdown, around this social distance experience, which is very weird for the society, I think for all of us. And it's good to see, we have support and there are people sharing the same feelings as us. So we are not alone. And I do
Yeah.
see that's the role that the artist can play in the society. So as I said, a lot of us think that art is a bit hard to explore, to understand. Do you have any advice for our audience to approach art, to find their favorite art, to get this internal connection?
Uh, this is difficult to say because everyone have their own way to enjoy art, but
Yeah.
I can say that there are two things that I want to people to think of. Firstly, you need to be relaxed when you watch art, when you go to an exhibition, for example. If
Yeah,
you are stressful, you cannot enjoy anything. So,
true.
be relaxed and concentrate on the paintings, on the photos, and that's how
Yeah.
you can create emotions and also get
Mm.
idea with the artwork.
Yeah.
And also, secondly, is the free spirit. Like you need to have your own ideas and
Yeah.
non-judgmental mind, because when you try to use your own perspective in something and you look at an artwork, you can be easily saying something different with the artist, what the artist is trying to deliver. So for me, when I visit an exhibition, I try to delete everything in my head. Like just go there, enjoy. Sometimes when you see the text in the exhibition, you can read some
Mm-hmm.
text to understand the artist or
Yeah.
concept exhibition. Or some artists they don't like putting text, so they let you be open, be free with yourself, and
Yeah.
just think of an artist as you want. But it's very interesting.
Can I
I
say
remember.
it's
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember just 2 weeks ago, I talked to a friend who is,
Yeah.
I invited him to visit an exhibition in Vietnam. It's been a very long time he didn't visit any exhibition. And when I told him that, yeah, you should go to that exhibition, it's very nice and interesting. And after that, he was telling me that he feel very strange because when I told him to visit the exhibition, he didn't. He's not from the art world. He's like a person who is doing normal job, and he told me that he don't know what to think before going there. So he don't know what to prepare
Yeah.
to before going to the exhibition. As you can say that he doesn't know about the technique, the art technique, the
Yeah.
artist, or anything about the artwork. So he was a bit stressful, and that's what
Yeah.
he told me. And I also give him an advice that next time when you visit an exhibition, don't think about anything, just enjoy the moment and try to remember all the detail of the artwork that you see. Sometimes during the exhibition, you may not think about anything, you don't have any idea.
True.
But when you come back home, there are some details of the painting like impressed in your head, and you start questioning why the artist draw that or what
Yeah.
is the meaning. So
Painting
you
this.
know, it's something unconscious, but then it will come again. It's come
Yeah.
again in your head. That's what I advise him.
Wow, that's very interesting. If I can summarize, you mean is when you go to an exhibition or museum or see any artwork, just follow your heart, right? We
Yeah,
don't need to follow these rules like examine from this angle, that angle, step 1, 2, 3. Just open
yeah,
your heart and look and be true to your feeling. I think
yeah,
that's really great advice for all of us today, because sometimes it's very hard and we all feel sort of timid when looking at a painting, like, I don't paint, I don't do sculpture, how shall I approach it? What shall I say? Maybe there's nothing to say. It's just
yeah,
in your heart. And as you said, after you see an exhibition, maybe one day it's gonna hit you somewhere. So that's the magic of art. Yeah,
yeah,
that's really, really great advice. Thank you so
yeah,
much, Me.
yeah.
So yeah.
I also have some little paintings in my room. Do you want to
Yeah,
see a little bit? It's one of my artists. I really want to
yeah,
show you.
sure. I saw it in the background for a while. So yeah, please.
Yes, you can see in the background is one of the paintings
Yeah,
from my artist. She's Uraraka. Wait me a little bit. It's a bit different. So here you can see is a painting from Uraraka Masuzawa. She's a Japanese artist, and she's working on the traditional Japanese technique.
okay.
And so here is just a natural flower, but the technique is
Yeah,
very interesting. It's a washi paper, and she's doing it by herself. Like the artist need to work on making her own art paper. So this one is very interesting. And also, as you know, that I'm working with a lot of international artists. We
yeah.
have Japanese one. We also have this one is from Antoine Couple, one of our photographers. He's in Shanghai.
In Shanghai, yeah.
Yeah,
I remember, yeah, yeah.
yeah. We had an exhibition with him in France 2 months ago, and
Yeah.
but this one I got it from like 5 years ago from an exhibition
Wow.
in Hanoi, and he with these photos is very simple. Not like for you, I don't know what can trigger emotion, if it can trigger emotion with you, but for me, when I look at these photos,
Yeah,
I feel it's like a moment of calmness, of
yeah,
serenity, when we was in the room and watching like through a small hole outside, and you know that is magic of photos when it can create our emotion. So
yeah,
for me, that one I really enjoy, and also this is another one that I'm working with. We are collaborating with the Truco Gallery. It's a gallery in Hanoi now, and I'm presenting one of her artists, and she's Catherine Tonkin from is an Irish artist, and this one is
Okay.
very special
Yeah.
because he's trying to use watercolor
Yeah.
to, you know, it's a female gas font, and she wants to express something different from the traditional thing when you see a normal woman, but this one is kind of figurative and also abstract.
Yeah, I feel it's more abstract, it's feminine. It's also, you know, a woman painting or showing female body from a female perspective. So it changed all these, you know, grand nude paintings usually done by male painters in the past. And I find there's a sensual side. But it's really very interesting, this quick glance, you know, of the artists you presented. And I can see they are pretty different, but there's a common saying is that they sort of create emotion, right, when you look at that, whether it's photograph, whether it's the Japanese painting on the washi, I think that means Japanese paper. So there's a very feminine, again, a bit mysterious side. I think I get to feel a bit the taste and the artist you present.
That's great.
It's very interesting. Well, thank you so much, Mi, for your time today. If you want to discover more, go to Mi's Instagram account, TIA Talent, as well as the website, and you can discover, you know, her artist portfolio. It's very interesting. Japanese artist, French artist, French photographer based in Shanghai. So there's many things to explore. So thank you so much, Mi, for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Tian. It's very interesting.
Thank you. See you in the next live chat. Bye-bye.